Here's what's coming up on the Cornerstone Retirement Blueprint with Jamie, Anthony, and Kyle.
And so for us, it all starts at the basics. And if you do not have a revocable living trust to help you avoid probate, you're missing the boat.
Today we're going to talk about sequence of return risk, how it can work for you or how it can work against you in retirement.
You don't have an insurance license, right? How are you going to be able to help somebody with long-term care? How are you going to help somebody with an annuity? Maybe they need an annuity, maybe they don't. But if I don't have that as an option, well, that would never be part of the recommendation. That's what we're getting at, Mark.
When you roll the money over to a traditional IRA, it opens you up to all different types of investments that may get you to where you're trying to go a lot quicker, or it may just offer more diversity and diversification that you currently don't have right now.
And now, the hosts of the Cornerstone Retirement Blueprint.
Welcome to this week's show.
We have 30 minutes of great information designed just for you.
So don't go anywhere. The show starts right now.
Hi, and welcome to this week's Ask Cornerstone Wealth, where you email your questions into us and we answer them right here on the show. Guys, great questions this week. Kyle, I'm going to begin with you. And my first question is from Bob in Las Vegas. And he writes, "Hi, Kyle. We'll be leaving a considerable amount of money to our heirs upon our passing. We want to make sure the savings and our estate pass to them with as little tax consequences as possible. Should we set up a trust?"
Got it. Well, Bob, hopefully your heirs aren't too excited to get your inheritance. Hopefully they can put that off and wait a little bit. I would say this. A trust is an important tool to use in estate planning, right? Because it avoids probate and those additional costs of going through the courts. What a trust doesn't do, it doesn't address the taxation of the inheritance and your investments. Look, lots of our clients have IRAs, 401ks, 403bs, thrift savings plans, and although those are great plans, they are all diseased with taxes. You can't avoid the taxes on those. And so if you really want to leave a legacy, an inheritance, those aren't necessarily the best type of accounts to use. We like the way tax-free investments get transferred during the inheritance process. So, we work with all types of clients that some of them want that last check to bounce when they pass away, and some people are like you, Bob, where they want to leave an inheritance. So all we could suggest is come on in, let's have an open dialogue and a conversation and see what we can do to help improve that process for you.
Thanks, Kyle. Jamie, my next question is for you, and it's from Kathy in Central Vegas, and she writes, "What are the rules that dictate whether or not I can roll my 401k at work into my own IRA while I'm still working? I know one person that has done it, but have another friend who's being told that he can't. I'm confused."
Kathy, this is such a great question, and we get it often. About 90%, Mark, of all 401k plans typically will allow some sort of what we call an in-service transfer, meaning that I still work at my employer and I'm still contributing to the plan, but they're going to allow me to take money out and roll it to an IRA while I'm still an employee. And so the key is to call your benefits department and be able to find out whether the plan that you're enrolled in has that feature. Most of them do.
No penalty.
No penalty.
Gotcha.
And so why would somebody want to do that? Well, if you're like Kathy, you're looking for more options, right? Within a 401k plan or any type of employer-sponsored plan, typically you have only a select amount of funds that you can go into. When you roll the money over to a traditional IRA, it opens you up to all different types of investments that may get you to where you're trying to go a lot quicker, or it may just offer more diversity and diversification that you currently don't have right now.
Well, as an example, very few 401ks that we know about offer the ability to take lifetime income from the 401k investment choices. And so we like the ability to have a wider menu to choose from for our clients to help them achieve their actual goals.
And sometimes fees become an issue. Some of the plans that our clients are enrolled in are low cost 401ks, but some can be costly. And so it's important for you to find out how much you're paying on those investments. And it may make better sense in your situation if you're trying to lower your fees to roll that to a traditional IRA for that purpose.
Thanks, Jamie. Kyle, my last question is for you, and it's from Carl in Henderson, and he writes, my wife and I are both in the medical field and have saved a lot of money. We have 6 401ks, 5 IRAs between us, 2 brokerage accounts, 4 separate funds, and 3 bank accounts. Our assets total around $3.2 million. What can we do to stop feeling so out of control and get a handle on our money?
Yeah, well, I can say working in the medical field, you're probably swamped and busy, and that's probably been the downside of these investment strategies, because it sounds like you need to consolidate these accounts, gather them up, put them in fewer accounts so that it's easier to track. And that's part of why it's beneficial to work with an advisor, right? So you can have a comprehensive plan that uses and looks at all of your investments. We don't want to have overlap. We're like, what if you're too highly concentrated in a certain strategy or investments, right? And so that's chaos. You have chaos right now. And the whole purpose of working with a trusted advisor is to get control of your finances so that, you know, when it comes time to retire, we have everything in a place and you know which accounts maybe we start drawing from. Or maybe you take more risk with one strategy, less risk with another strategy. But that's why Jamie and I use retirement software to make sure our clients are fully prepared as best as possible for the future that they're going to have after you retire from the medical field.
Kyle, Jamie, thanks so much. If you want more information about anything we discussed here, hey, give us a call in the office or go to our website. And don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
You're watching the Cornerstone Retirement Blueprint with Jamie, Anthony, and Kyle.
Are you planning for retirement? At Cornerstone Wealth Management, we're your trusted partner in securing your golden years. Our team of advisors will customize a retirement plan to fit your unique goals. Whether it's investments, pensions, or 401k strategies, we've got you covered. Don't leave your future to chance. Call today and take the first step towards a confident retirement. Cornerstone Wealth Management, the cornerstone to your retirement dreams.
Hi, and welcome to today's episode of Cornerstone Retirement University. Today we're going to talk about sequence of return risk, how it can work for you or how it can work against you in retirement. The reality is that the stock market, we don't have any prediction or any advanced knowledge of whether that's going to go up or whether it's going to go down, and we don't have a crystal ball. And if you take income from your portfolio, the sequence of returns that you can experience can significantly impact your retirement, and potentially you may not have enough. So to illustrate this, I'm going to run through an example with you. First, we're going to look at Jim. Jim has $1 million portfolio and he's in his accumulation phase, which means he's working, he's not pulling any money out, okay? And you can see that the stock market returns from 2000 to 2020 have bad negative years in the stock market. It rebounds, has a bad year. This is 2008, and then it comes down and we have some returns here. And then he ends up with a little over $2.5 million after this time period. Now let's compare that to Jane. Jane has the same portfolio in her account, $1 million, the same amount, except here's the difference with Jane. She has a different sequence of returns. And what we've done is we've flipped the returns upside down, basically inverted them. So we started with the positive years early on and we end with those negative years. What's interesting is Jane has the identical amount of money at the end of that time period. So what is that telling us? That's telling us that really the order in which you experience positive market years and down market years doesn't have a significant impact on how much you have at the end of that period. all that really matters is the total return that you experience during that time frame. And even look at the average rate of return at the bottom, a little over 6% for Jim and 6% for Jane. Now let's mix it up a little bit. Let's say Jim and Jane now go to retire. Let's imagine for a second here that they're withdrawing $50,000 a year out of their portfolio. Jim retires in the year 2000 and has a series of negative returns. Again, we don't have a crystal ball. We're not sure when those negative years are going to come, but you can see he has to pull his investments out to give him income for retirement in down market years, and it has a negative impact. And after about 17, 18 years, unfortunately, Jim doesn't have any more money left in retirement. Now let's compare this scenario to Jane. Jane starts with the same $1 million in her portfolio, except she experiences a different sequence of returns. So you can see that this batch of negative returns in the earlier years doesn't happen in the beginning of retirement. It happens at the end of retirement. She's pulled out the same amount of income, $50,000 a year over this time period, except the difference is Jane has a lot more money at the end of this time period. A significantly different outcome where now she doesn't run out of money after 17 or 18 years. She has a little over $1.4 million, experiencing the same average rate of return. So what does this tell us? We have to take an approach to where when you pull out your retirement income, we have to rely on assets that can't be so volatile. We don't want to risk pulling out significant amounts of money in down market years. While I am still a believer of having some of your money in the stock market, finding that right balance, it's important. You have to sit down with a financial advisor. Articulate what your risk tolerance is. Go over all of your financial goals and concerns. You know, there's no cookie cutter plan for us. It's really about listening to our clients, understanding what's important to you, taking the appropriate level of risk, and building a retirement income plan that can last. So if you're concerned about how much risk you're taking, and if you're about to retire, or even if you're already retired and you're not sure how the sequence of returns can work for you or work against you, well, give us a call. Call the number on your screen or go to our website, schedule a time to meet with me and my partners or a team member here at Cornerstone, and we'll go from there. Other than that, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with another great segment.
You're watching the Cornerstone Retirement Blueprint with Jamie, Anthony, and Kyle.
Are you worried that your financial strategy is missing something? Hi, I'm Jamie Avila, and our unique combination of licenses and registrations qualifies us to work with all types of retirement strategies, from the simple to the very complex. Imagine one great solution for all your wealth, tax, and estate services needs under one roof. Contact us right now for a no-obligation, complimentary consultation. Cornerstone Wealth Management, the cornerstone to your retirement dreams.
The book is called Designed to Thrive, The 5 Pillars of Retirement Planning. Welcome to the Author's Corner, and I'm here with both of the authors of this book. Gentlemen, how are we doing today?
Doing great, Mark.
We're on part 5 of our 5-part series. We've gone through the Retirement Blueprint, and now we're going to talk about, and by the way, this is one of those things that maybe gets neglected in some retirement plans, the importance of legacy planning. Talk to me.
Well, you know, it's important to some clients that come in, and for others it's not, right? If you have children and you're looking to take care of them in some way because you worry about them, well, legacy might be a little bit more important for you to plan for, right? Others, we have some clients that do not have any children, and it's more of maybe a charity play and things like that, which is just as important as well, right? And so for us, it all starts at the basics. And if you do not have a revocable living trust to help you avoid probate, you're missing the boat. Because at the end of the day, probate can be expensive, it can be time consuming, and it's just something that you want to leave a roadmap to those you love and that you leave behind so that everybody knows where you want your stuff to go, right?
Now, do I have to find my own attorney, bring my own attorney in, or do you have attorneys? How does that work?
So at Cornerstone Wealth Management, we have affiliations with other attorneys that help prepare those services, whether it's a revocable trust, power of attorney for healthcare, a living will, whatever document you're looking to put together, we have the resources to help you with that. And for us, it was all about trying to bring value and trying to help clients navigate that portion of their retirement and that part of the pillar that we preach. And so we created a process and a plan for clients to go through that we think is affordable and easy to do, but you have to start somewhere, and a revocable trust is a great place to start.
Well, and Jamie, we know we have a lot of people that move to Nevada, to Las Vegas from other states, right?
Good point.
And so they may have had a power of attorney from another state or healthcare directives, but those are state specific. You should always update your healthcare power of attorneys and your financial power of attorneys when you come to Nevada.
Yeah, and on top of that, you may have gotten a living trust 5, 10, 15 years ago. Quite common. Clients come in and they're like, we haven't revisited that in over a decade. And typically you want to look every 3 to 5 years at your plan and assess if what you have in that plan is still what you want, because things change, Mark. You know, you may get upset with the child and you want to disinherit them, right? Or something like that. Or maybe a trustee passes away before you. Or maybe, something like that happens. It has to be revisited. It's not just a document that you prepare and never touch again.
So I was reading a funny article. They were talking about in-laws, and you might not want specific in-laws to receive certain things. And they referred to those in-laws as outlaws. Okay? Perhaps every family has one or two that you're like, yeah, I'm not sure I want my money to go that direction. But it's all these important pieces, and if you don't have them in place, who's going to make the decision for you?
You bring up a good point, and it happens all the time. A big fear for our clients is they want to keep the money in the bloodline, typically. And if you don't, that's okay. We can plan for that. But, we want to also protect the assets for those assets are there for. And so that doesn't just happen. We have to do some planning for that.
Yeah, and you might also have a child that, is their train isn't on the tracks. I'm trying to say that nicely, and them receiving a lump sum would be a terrible thing. So it's sort of that power from the grave, if you will, right? That you can set it up such that for each particular party in a very smart, cogent manner. Fair?
Very true. I mean, you got the power of the pen, Mark, so you can always control it. You can say, hey, I don't want my kids to get anything till they're 25, 35, 45. You can space it out. They get a third now, a third down the road. And so, with estate planning and trust, well, that's a very key component, but also we have to look at the the taxable investments in their portfolio, if they have IRAs and 401ks. And, we always want to try to leave the most tax efficient inheritance as we can.
Outstanding. The book is called Designed to Thrive, The 5 Pillars of Retirement Planning. How can someone get a copy of the book?
Yeah, Mark, so you can go to Amazon.com, get a copy there. You can go to Barnes & Nobles and get a copy. And the other way is we'll give a free copy when you come into our office. Call in now to kind of schedule that complimentary consultation. But I want to make something very clear. The book isn't about teaching anybody how to invest from A to Z. It's 20 years of collaboration that Jamie and I have of people who heard our message, made a conscious decision to come in and sit down with us and share with us kind of where they're at in their financial journey and how maybe we improved on one area of their life. Maybe it was we improved on the legacy that they wanted to do, and they really wanted to maximize that. But we don't know unless you come in, sit down, and we just have a candid conversation.
I'm going to go one step further. It's not just 20 years. It's 20 years headquartered where?
Right in Las Vegas, Henderson. It's
you guys are from right here.
That's true.
Hey, if you want more information about how to set up correct legacy planning, you're looking at the guys that can help you with their great team and the attorneys that they're affiliated with. Give us a call in the office or go to our website, and don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
You're watching the Cornerstone Retirement Blueprint with Jamie, Anthony, and Kyle.
Having no clear retirement plan is a mistake I see often when people come into my office. It is extremely rare when someone comes in and already has a clear defined income plan with his or her retirement. Hi, I'm Anthony Napolitano, and if you don't have a clear retirement plan, then be one of the first 10 callers and you'll receive a complimentary Cornerstone Retirement Blueprint. There is no obligation and no cost if you have at least $500,000 saved for retirement. Here's what you'll receive: a free report to sort through your current advisor's costs, a tailored plan to guard your investments, a tax analysis to reduce liability and increase cash flow, and a custom income plan to boost your retirement. Plus, you'll receive a budget assessment to help manage your cash flow. So call right now for a free, no obligation Cornerstone Retirement Blueprint. Cornerstone Wealth Management, the cornerstone to your retirement dreams.
Hi, and welcome to this week's Retirement True or False. Gentlemen, are you ready for some questions?
Let's go.
Kyle, my first question is for you, and it is: Social Security should be taken as soon as you're eligible for it. True or false?
Wow, I don't think that's true, nor do I think it's false. I think it is an individual consideration.
So it could be true or false.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, no two people are the same. No situations are going to be similar. And in our opinion, when we're helping a client with Social Security, we have to look at so many different factors, Mark, right? Anthony, we look at the client's age, maybe the difference between the husband's age as well as the wife's age, right? Because we want to maximize Social Security for the survivor. That's very important, right? So if one of the husband or wife can defer it till age 70, well, man, we're getting 8% a year growth by deferring Social Security, which means at the end of the day, you're also going to get higher COLAs or cost of living increases. So it's not just a yes, no, true, false question.
Right. It's never a one-size-fits-all type of approach when it comes to electing your Social Security. We want to take into account taxes as well, because people think, okay, look, I want to turn on this income, I need this money, and they don't think about the tax aspect. Well, now that I'm taking Social Security, it's going to impact, maybe I pay Medicare surcharge tax or that penalty there, or it's going to increase the level of tax that I pay on my different retirement accounts, on the income that I pull out. And so, yeah, we never want to make a blanket recommendation. It's really sitting down with our clients, understanding all the different sources of income that you have in retirement, and seeing how that impacts Social Security and how we can maximize how much income you get in retirement.
And Anthony, all right, we run what's called a break-even analysis, right? So what is the difference of turning it on at 62 versus waiting till 67 or 70? When do you catch up? And sometimes it's in your 80s, right? 82, 83. And so people have to just kind of make a decision. What does their longevity look like? Do they have long family history? And that becomes instrumental in making that decision. Do we really want to have more income when we're in our late 90s, when you could have enjoyed it and had more trips, more vacations when you were still young and healthy? So it's just individual circumstances.
We talked about this in a previous show that there are over 500 different ways you can put Social Security together. So I tell you, if you're of that age right now where you're starting to consider that, I think most people might think, hey, there's 10 to 20 different ways. Well, there are hundreds of different ways to do it. Pick up that phone, give us a call right now. Anthony, my next question is for you, and it is: all financial advisors are created equal?
Oh, okay.
True or false?
That one's sort of an easy one. We'll say false, right? So it's interesting. In our industry, people have different investment tools that are available to them that they can use in the investment plans that they put together for their clients. And so you want to understand, is the advisor that you're working with using only a curated list of investment options that's available to them on their shelves? And so, we don't want to name any big firms out there, but sometimes investment advisors or just financial advisors have to pick from a limited option of investments. And so how do you expect that advisor to give you the very best options if they don't have all the different options.
If you don't have a lot of tools in your toolbox,
Yeah.
Exactly.
how you can do the best job on the job.
Yeah, perfect example. If you don't have an insurance license, right? How are you going to be able to help somebody with long-term care? How are you going to help somebody with an annuity? Maybe they need an annuity, maybe they don't. But if I don't have that as an option, well, that would never be part of the recommendation. That's what we're getting at, Mark.
Yeah, and always be point blank and ask your advisor a question, or if you're interviewing an advisor, are you a fiduciary? Are you legally obligated to give advice in your client's best interest? Versus some people just have to make a recommendation based on the suitability standard, which means the recommendation doesn't necessarily have to be in your best interest, but it only has to be suitable at the time the recommendation is made. And so having these questions is important, understanding how your advisor is licensed, what tools they have available to build a plan for you, and what other resources are available in that advisor's office.
Anthony, Kyle, thanks so much. If you want more information about anything we spoke about here today, hey, pick up that phone, give us a call in the office, or go to our website. And don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
You're watching the Cornerstone Retirement Blueprint with Jamie, Anthony, and Kyle.
Hi, I'm Kyle Kerwin with Cornerstone Wealth Management, and I'd like to share a complimentary copy of my new book called Designed to Thrive, The 5 Pillars of Retirement Planning. The book's available on Amazon.com as well as BarnesandNoble.com. But if you'd like a free copy and you've saved a minimum of $500,000 for your retirement, then be one of the first 10 callers right now to schedule a complimentary consultation, and you'll receive a free signed first edition of my new book, Designed to Thrive, The 5 Pillars of Retirement Planning. These books will go quickly, so call us right now. Cornerstone Wealth Management, the cornerstone to your retirement dreams.
Are you worried that your financial strategy is missing something? Hi, I'm Jamie Avila, and our unique combination of licenses and registrations qualifies us to work with all types of retirement strategies, from the simple to the very complex. Imagine one great solution for all your wealth, tax, and estate services needs under one roof. Contact us right now for a no-obligation, complimentary consultation. Cornerstone Wealth Management, the cornerstone to your retirement dreams.
You're watching the Cornerstone Retirement Blueprint with Jamie, Anthony, and Kyle.
Thanks for watching this week's show.
And if you want information about anything we spoke about here today, give us a call in the office or go to our website.
Cornerstone Wealth Management, the cornerstone to your retirement dreams.